professional with more than 33 years of services, primarily national agencies including Intelligence Bureau, CBI, SPG, RAW, and CRPF. He has been honored with the Presidential Police Medal for meritorious services in special duty, Jammu and Kashmir. His career includes serving three prime ministers and the former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, in roles related to the intelligence and security. After opting voluntary retirement as DIGP in 2011, he further strengthened his academic credential with advanced qualification in law, cyber law, psychology, and allied dominance. He is presently participating as an advocate at district as well as session court at Nasik, and he is associated with the two law colleges as a faculty member. Now I request to Dilpal Singh sir to continue start with the session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good evening and good evening to everyone. Uh, uh, Today, our topic is incident response and cybercrime. It is just I will like to firstly introduce about the cybercrimes, the various types of cybercrimes. That is firstly because I will like to discuss all the cybercrimes because some of you may not be knowing about the details of various types of cybercrimes. Firstly, I tell you, okay, I'm in direct contact with the ministries related with the latest developments in the field of cyber. So when we started our studies in cyber crimes in 2001 and 2, so that time there were only four or five kinds of cyber crimes. And as on date, there are more than 2,000 types of cyber crimes, and they are increasing day by day. And these criminals are changing their modus operandi all the time. So the 95% of the total crimes are cyber crimes are related with the finances only. The financial frauds are the maximum number, and as on date, the recovery of the money from the these financial crimes is only 5 to 8% in different states. That is the data available now. Now I will explain you about the various types of cyber crimes, and that is first is the cyber crime is a financial frauds, online banking frauds. Mostly the cyber crimes are mostly on the online banking frauds, which they just talk to the people, and they make the people greedy, and sometimes they ask for the they are using by lottery nikla hai something. Sometimes you have got this much of reward, and you give us the bank details so that we can send the money to your bank, and many more things, loan hai, and many other things they are using. So these are usually related with the bank's frauds. And next is phishing scams. The most they are also the existing now, and mostly some 2 to 3% crimes हैं, they are related to the phishing methods. And next is credit and debit card frauds. This is mostly happening now. They are asking for the issue of debit card and credit cards, and finally when you they give you the card at very lucrative conditions, terms and conditions. So finally you fall trap to that, and your money is lost from the bank. Next is your fake online shopping. Online shopping. In fact, one of my colleague, senior officer, was also a victim of this. He just checked the Facebook, and he found that Nike shoes is available for of his size 8 number is available for 65 rupees. So and they have shown the photograph on the his mobile as well as in laptop also. So he told me that I am getting this one, and I would like to purchase this one. So I said this is a fraud, and don't waste your money for that. nobody is going to sell you for 65 rupees Nike shoes. That too of your size 8 number. Then he said, okay, यार आज 65 rupees तो जाएगा सिर्फ, nothing, and rest will be, कोई बात नहीं. Then I said, okay. Then he placed the order and paid the money. And when he got the parcel, so it was just a toy shoe of Nike. And then I said, okay, now you wear it. So please be very careful when you are placing online fake orders, because, and when you have to purchase the things from online, then go for the authentic sites like Flipkart, and check whether their spellings and everything is the same, because they are manipulating and the size of the word and placing the orders to the public. Meesho है, Flipkart है, Wincards है, बहुत सारे ऐसे हैं. So you must be very careful while selecting the and always download your apps from Play Store. Next is your identity theft. It is the what they do. They steal your Aadhaar card details, PAN card details, and they open the fake bank accounts. And I don't know how these data from Aadhaar card and PAN card are disclosed to the cyber criminals. And I personally believe it is some agencies like including the where you are using frequently your Aadhaar card and PAN card. So they are supplying them at the cost. But I have come to know that they are getting 5 rupees per head for providing the details of the Aadhaar card as well as of the PAN card. And mostly it is happening through the banks, which I have come to know through our sources. So Aadhaar card, and when Aadhaar card, and then they make the duplicate Aadhaar card and PAN card, and they open the bank account on fake names. So this is one of the methods. So, and finally they get the money transferred from one bank to another bank. And next is your in this identity theft is the email and social media account takeover. This is happening with most of the people. They hack their social media account like Facebook, or sometimes is Instagram also, and sometimes although that is very difficult to hack, that is a WhatsApp, but there are now certain equipments by which your identity can be theft, made theft. That next is SIM swapping attacks. Now there is one command in which you can see that whether your SIM is duplicate SIM is used by someone else, because now it is easy nowadays to acquire these same number SIM from other shopkeepers. So they are doing that, and they steal all the information from your SIM, and finally they get the frauds, especially with the finances. Next is your cyber terrorism and warfare. This is nowadays is becoming very crucial. And we have, while I was posted in J&K, so that time we faced this problem, because, and I will give you the one example of All India Institute of Medical Sciences, where their server was hacked, and the operations, robotic operations were going on, and it was hacked by the Chinese. By the way, they were having the standby server as well as generator. Sorry, which we had advised them, you should have always alternate server as well as, because your organization is doing that operations and robotics. In private hospitals also, we are suggesting all these things. So otherwise, at that time when it was hacked in AIMS, about more than 60 operations were going on the table itself. And if there was only one server and generator, So all those persons would have died on the spot, on the table itself. But it's saved. It comes under the cyber crimes. Now the second crimes, that is that they are using the mobile phones as a remote control. Sorry. गाड़ी से पानी लेना. Sorry. They are using the mobile phones as a remote control. Just they are planting their chip in the IDs, improvised explosive devices, which I have faced in J&K. And whenever the vehicles and those IDs are placed on the roads and culverts, where the army or CRPF or other police organizations' vehicles are passing. So when they remain at a remote area, at a distance, and they watch when this convoy will pass. And as soon as they pass over that bridge, they immediately press those number which have been fed in the ID, and immediately blast is there. They are not using any other thing. They are using only mobile, and chip is used in IDs. So this is one of the terrorists. And second, terrorism, this is blocking the airspace. Now you might have seen many countries are using this modus operandi. They are blocking the airspace by electronic systems. Secondly, they are using the UAVs, unmanned aerial devices जो हमारे आजकल बहुत यूज हो रहे हैं, and certain times because they are totally controlled by the computers, and they are given the total command from one center which is not nearby. So they are being used to drop the bombs at a particular place because of the GPS system. So this is one of the modus operandi. And defacing the government websites. Mostly, I have a presentation on that, how the cyber criminals from abroad are defacing the sites, especially to DRDO, Defense, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Planning, and some atomic centers, and many other important, and they have been attacked. Railways, Air Force, they have been attacked, but they were all they were not successful in achieving their target. And if they would have reached that success, so it would have caused a lots of loss to the country. So cyber terrorism, and it is also used for the espionage, because now there are various types of equipments which can be used to steal the data from the organization. Any hostile person, he will bring the scanner, or he will bring the microchip, or he will bring the pen drive, and will transfer the data in that, and it will send it to the enemy country. So this is happening, and now for that purpose the CCTVs are deployed, and many other surveillance methods are used. Now next come the data breaches and theft. Just a moment. Hacking into corporate database. This is due to the business rivalry. So what happens? They just hack the sites of that organization, and get the data transferred from one organization to another organization, and leakage of sensitive information. Certain insider people are providing the information to the other organizations for the sake of money, or due to their some personal reasons also. We have seen that certain people, they are sending their data, transferring their data from one organization to another online itself, and they were caught. So this is one of the method. And intellectual property theft. This is happening nowadays in a, sorry, gentlemen, today I'm having some problem in the throat. So
No problem, sir.
So, intellectual property theft is now taking place a lot because the copyright, mostly it is happening in copyright and patents and trademarks and some use of duplicate semiconductors. So, and geographical indications. So people are now, just because there are certain very stringent rules for copying anything from another book or journal or printed material. So even the punishment is from 1 year to 3 year, and the fine is also ranging from 50,000 to 5 lakhs, and recovery of the profit they have gained. So what is happening is certain people are doing that. If the book is very popular in the market, they get it photocopied and they sell it for the cheaper rate, especially medical and engineering books. So what happens? The original writer is at the loss, because getting a photocopy of a book is hardly 300 to 400 rupees, but the original book will cost you around 1200 to 2000 rupees. So that is the loss to the publisher as well as to the author. So this is one of the patent. In patent also, certain the industrial equipment is made by the some other trademark, certain eatables, certain creams, and certain articles which fall under the category of trademark and which are registered with the trademark. They are being produced by the some other people for their own benefits with the duplicate, and due to AI, they are giving the shape and logo and color absolutely same. It is very difficult to identify whether it is original or it is a duplicate thing. Now, next is your online harassment and cyberbullying. Threat and stalking, just it is happening mostly with the college girls, and sometimes we have seen it in the school girls also. The boys are sending the threatening messages, and just the girls, and stalking them. So this has become a very serious problem nowadays. But the police is not able to take action because mostly the cases are not reported by the girls or their parents in the police station. Very few cases have come to notice in the police stations. Now, defamation and trolling. Defamation is punishable under in IPC, sorry, BNS now. So, in which the just giving a wrong information about any person, any organization, or anything, any product. So that lead with the harassment, and that defames the popular thing. For example, yesterday I have discussed about the some Bata shoes. They were also available. They because they were using the Bata logo on their shoes, and they were selling the plastic shoes instead of the leather shoes, because Bata is dealing with the mostly with the leather shoes, but plastic shoes wearing the logo of, and getting a very at a cheaper rate. The people think, some people think uh, Bata shoes is getting so cheaper, and they just buy that, and it will be used for hardly for a month or two. But the original Bata is something very expensive and very good product. So similarly, some other products are the same thing is happening with some other products. So next is revenge and exploitation. Revenge, certain employees who are working in some organization, for example, there's many boys were serving with us in Cybersecurity. So if they have certain grudge against the boss or the senior persons of the organization or academy, they will steal the data, or they will modify the data, and that will lead us in the very embarrassing position. especially, for example, if I am going to deliver you a lesson now, then we have prepared this lesson in advance. If my assistant feels that he is not happy with the organization or with us, he may change the subject matter, and it will lead to the very embarrassing position. Although we know what are the changes, everything we know in well advance, but it is very difficult for certain people who just depend on the presentations. So this is one of the revenge taking from the department, organization, or from the individuals. It is usually called, and now comes the pornography also. Pornography is a crime, and it is punishable under IT Act 2000, and the punishment for this is 3 years, and with the fine of ranging from 2 lakhs to 5 lakhs. Sorry. So this kind of crime, because most of the young generation do not know about that watching pornography is a crime. They think that we will delete it from our electronic equipment, but the details will remain with the cyber service provider, and that information can be retrieved. But because it is seen that the one or the second or the third person is watching about the porn movies on their electronic equipments, but it is very harmful. I tell you, okay, this will lead to the arrest. If someone has grudge against you, they can report the matter to police, and if they also want to take the action, because uh, there's so many cases will come to the police station, the cyber cell, and it will be very difficult for them to solve them. So they are not usually accepting such case. Now, the next your number is ransomware and malware attacks. Encrypting data for ransom, spywares and keyloggers and Trojan horses. These are some of the things which are used for the ransom. Just they will hack your site and they will ask for the ransom. And ultimately, if you have important things to do and your data is blocked and the person is asking for the ransom, then for the release of your password or to release the site. So ultimately, some cases have come to notice that they pay the ransom and get their identity and the passwords released. So this is another kind, but for this purpose, very sophisticated programming is required. Next is denial of service. These are the attacks. Flooding the servers with the traffic. Now, for example, the 10th result is declared by the board. Now, every student will try to find out the details of his roll number, and the server is flooded with the calls, and ultimately it crashes, and nobody will get the reply. This is happening especially with the students when their server of the university or the board is badly bombarded with the information. So server is not able to answer the queries and it crashes finally. So this can be the one of the reason that the people do not get the information, and ultimately anxiety remains among especially I'm talking about the students, disrupting the websites and networks. This is also happening, and it is usually happening with the countries, inter-countries. It is the international level crime where the signals which are from one country to another country are passed, and sensitive information, especially with the armed forces, is there. So what happens? The cyber criminals. Sometimes it is the government officials also, which blocks them or which interrupt them, and the right information do not reach the right person. And it has happened during the war also. Misinformation is fed to the enemy country, and they go to another direction. For example, they will say, okay, sir, firing is coming from that direction, and actually firing is coming from the north, and people will move to the south. Ultimately, there is a loss of life and material also. So this is also happening. Next is the online radicalization and misinformation. This is happening nowadays. Radicalization, you might have heard about the doctor's case now, in which the doctors were involved in the terrorist activities. And this was when it was revealed by the agencies that all those doctors were the product of the madrasas. And they were taught about the various things which were not in favor of the country, or which were not in favor of one religion. And ultimately, there was a loss of life to many people. So this is a radicalization, and usually the misinformation is fed in the your social media, and the people feel that yes, this is happening, and we should take revenge, and that ultimately causes the hatred about the other people also, whether it is related with the religion, it is related with the caste, or it is related with the other countries. The dark web crimes. That dark web crimes includes your illegal drugs and weapon sales. Mostly they are there. Previously, it was there. You might have heard about the Kutta Goli. So previously, it was not understood okay, what is Kutta Goli, but when the cyber cells analyzed the thing, the Kutta Goli is a drug MD tablets were there, and they were supplied because they were using the code language, and ultimately this code was broken, and the police came to know, and ultimately such sites were blocked because they were supplying the drugs. Previously, some people, when there was this was Android system and internet had come in force, many people have acquired the weapon also through various websites. So when the police came, the cyber police came in, got the information, then they started taking action against the such firm, and such sites were blocked. Even now, they are keeping watch over the such sites regularly. This is a human trafficking network. Now, you might have heard many young people who are unemployed mostly. They are getting very lucrative jobs, advertisements, and going abroad and getting the job. But there is a hidden agenda. All these young people who are graduates or IT experts or computer literate, they are asked to go to Indonesia and Laos and some other countries, which we have come to notice. There they are kept as a cyber slaves, and their passports are kept with them, and they are not allowed to move out from their country, and they are doing all the activities, cyber fraud activities. And recently, about 72 such persons were जिसको कहते हैं छुड़ाए गए from the Indonesia itself by our High Commission. Next is the cyber espionage and insider threats. This is the most serious crime in which your internal people are supplying the information to the other organization, or for it may be due to their personal grudge, or it may be for the money, but they are doing that. Many of the, especially related with the tenders, related with the policy planning, related with the product details. Spyware and keylogger. This I have already done the next, and now we will cut the importance of incident response. Why now? This is the next our point, sir. Why organization need it? The cyber attacks are inevitable, not avoidable. Although the cyber attacks will happen all the time, but you can adopt some methods which will avoid these cyber attacks. For example, our Ministry of Defense, Railways, our Airport Authority of India, the DRDO, they are being bombarded with the many cyber attacks every time. But our passwords and the electronic system is so strong that they cannot penetrate in that. So we can avoid by using the best programs, best our methods of writing the programs, and best our electronic equipments also. We should be very careful while buying the equipments. For example, sorry, some people are using iPhone because it has got the different type of programming, different type of operating system, while the mostly other mobile phones and they have got the Android operating system, while iPhone. That's why it is expensive. It is very difficult to hack the data or other information from the iPhones. This a quick and structured response prevents the chaos. There must be structured and there must be quick response to the cyber attacks. So be very careful that you have employed some experts where the computer systems are working and they are dealing with some sensitive things, so that in that case the ethical hackers, which will prevent the hacking attacks, so they must be employed so that immediate action can be taken against them. It ensures the compliance with legal and regulatory requirements. So because now the government of India has the Ministry of Communication, Department of Electronics and Telecommunication has issued instructions to all the departments which are using the computer systems that they should at least have one computer expert or IT expert who in case of any cyber attack can prevent it, and they are known as the ethical hackers. Next is protecting data and reputation. In this safeguard sensitive customers and business information, builds trust and confidence among the clients and the partners, reduces chances of reputational loss in media and public. Because if your data is hacked, misinformation is fed to the public, then it becomes difficult and your reputation is gone. The product defamed. So the natural clients will lose the confidence in that. Many duplicate things, for example, Borlin, which is a patented as well as trademarked, but the spurious Borlin is in the market. That is now reducing the popularity of Borlin, and it is likely to go from the market because very few people are using that. They say mostly they are duplicate. So the original Borlin is the sufferer. Fair and Lovely is sufferer. Some other very top brands are these suffering from the spurious things. Although the action is taken by the government, but still, it is very difficult to find out the origin of spurious things. Next, is reducing damage. The financial losses जो हैं वो caused by the downtime, data theft or ransom, they prevent the spread the attacks to the system. So our attacks are prevented, they are repelled and your data will remain the safe, and your product is safe, your reputation is safe. The faster recovery is equal to the reduced operational impact. There must be, if the cyber crimes happen with your system or server, you must be immediately, there must be very fast recovery, otherwise that will lead to a big loss to the organization or the department. Now, comes the incident report cycle. What is the incident report cycle? Here, in the broader heads, we divided into 6 categories. That is the preparation. Second is detection and analysis. Third is containment. Fourth is eradication. Next is recovery, and last is the lesson learned. So, firstly, we will deal with the preparation. Preparation includes your policies and procedures, establishes the dear incidents response policies, what are the various policies of your department, they should not go out, and we should make the programs according to that, and we should prepare our logins and IP addresses as well as the passwords very safe and very, I should say, according to the directions issued by the Ministry of Electronics and Telecommunication. Regularly we must update about the new threats, because the cyber criminals usually changes their modus operandi from one time to another time. So, we must know about what are the various latest kinds of cyber crimes, and what should be the methods to be used to prevent them. What are the security tools? Seems system का जो सबसे बढ़िया है, that is the best method for log collection and analysis. Seems methods, security tools हैं ये, IDs हैं and firewalls हैं. So they are the best methods to prevent the attack on the, and for firewalls we should use the best security walls for that. That is the use for because it will detect the intrusion prevention as well as systems from the attack. It strengthens the firewall rules and network segmentations. So, because your security tools are the must, is a must for every organization, especially they are using the firewalls of different kinds and prepared by the various. I have already discussed about mostly people, what are they doing? They are getting the security tools from the free from the download. They do the free firewalls from the Google or the other person's laptop. So, which is not correct, I tell you, because having a original firewall, which includes the various types of security. Okay. So, they are very expensive. So people do it, they duplicate, they load it from the sometimes from the system itself. So that is not advisable. But 95% of the people are doing that. Now, training of the staff. The must conduct the cyber drills, simulations, and we must train our staff, and we must call the experts to train these staff, which are especially doing the handling the computer work or sensitive information in the department. The train employees to recognize phishing and social engineering, build an incident response team, IRT, which is known as with the defined skills. They should be well skilled. They should know about the how to prevent the attacks, which we call them ethical hackers. So they should be trained, and every time they must be acquainted with the latest developments and the latest kinds of cyber crimes. So this is one of the methods to stop the cyber attacks. Detection and analysis. When we observe any abnormal activity on your electronic equipment, we should monitor for unusual network traffic. Spurious logins attempts from unknown IPs and unexpected system behavior, that is slow down ho gaya, crash ho gaya. These are all means when such activities are happening on your electronic equipment and you are watching it, it means that someone is attacking your computer, your electronic system. Log analysis, centralizing log collection using SIEMs tools, correlation of events across system, identifying the failed login spikes, privileged escalations. We must know about them. The indicators of compromise, the malicious IP addresses and domains, harsh value of known malware, registry changes, file modification. These are some indications which usually our system may compromise. So we should keep watch over such activities which are happening on your computer, your electronic equipment. It will, whether it is your mobile or it is a laptop, it itself will reveal that there is something wrong with it. So be very careful in for this purpose. You must immediately block the malicious IPs and account. Whenever you get such information, we have made so many people where we go and deliver the lectures, how to identify a malicious messages or malicious IPs. So when you see there is an call from a message from HTTP, hypertext protocol. So this is usually a cyber criminals originate. It must be HTTPS because S is provided by the service provider and it is after the thorough verification. So such sites should not be opened or even not should be touched. Now what are the short-term temporarily you must disconnect the affected device. For example, if your computer is having some virus attack or it is having a Trojan horse attack or it is phishing or some other kind of cyber attack, you must immediately isolate that equipment from the other systems, because if they are in series or in there, it is attached to the other computers also. So it must be immediately isolated and it must be closed down and should be repaired for the removal of the malwares or whatever the kind of the cyber attack is there. Long-term containment. What are the long-term containment? Apply security patches and fixes. Security patches and fixes which will prevent your system from the attacks by the cyber criminals. Strengthen authentication and access control. Only authorized person and authentic person must be allowed to handle all those sensitive information on their computer system. Monitor system closely for recurring threats. If the threat is being repeated from time to time, so it should be monitored. And you must report the matter to the police if there are regular threats of one kind threats to your system, the electronic system. Isolating the system. Segregate infected machines from the main network. Main network से ही हटा दिया जाए उनको. And use the coordinate environment for analysis. Your environment must be very safe. There must be some qualified people to remove all those malwares or virus or whatever the cyber attacks are there. So there must be, must have a expert in that field so that they can do the right thing to the electronic equipment. The prevent attackers movement within infrastructure. Now try to prevent the cyber criminals from attacking your infrastructure again and again. So how they can, when because the cyber criminals don't have the patience. If you are able to block them, then they will try once or twice. Otherwise, they will stop again harassing the certain organization which they have attacked. Now, next is isolating system is done. Now, the eradication, removing malwares, backdoors. So, what we will do, okay, use anti-malware and forensic tools to clean the infected systems. There are various types of anti-malwares and forensic tools are available in the market. And when they are kept with the fed in the computer, your system, so it will prevent all the cyber attacks. Scan for hidden rootkits and trojans. Always go on scanning your electronic equipment so that if there is any kind of virus or some other trojan है, rootkits हैं, तो इनको remove करने के लिए it is required. Ensure no backdoor access remains. No unauthorized person should be allowed to handle the electronic equipments of your department. Only authenticated and authorized person must be allowed to handle all those sensitive information. There must be, should not, any person coming and just handling that equipment should not be allowed. Moreover, having a little knowledge about the computers, their repairs should also not handle all those problems. They should be handled by the expert persons only. The next is the how to the malwares. This is patch vulnerabilities. Apply latest OS and applications. Your office standard procedures they should be followed. Office must issue the standing orders to all these employees related with the handling of the electronic system of the organization. No one should interfere in the work of the other persons. Second is the fix misconfiguration exploited during the attack. Update third-party software and plugins. Always go on updating your system, updating all the time. Ensure that after at least in a week, your all the programs and other data must be updated. And ensure that when you leave the office or the department, your system is totally closed and backup is kept with you. That is the most important one. For example, if someone has hacked your whole system, firstly, remove that instrument from your organization immediately for the repairs and get a new one and add that backup data in there. And always scan your data whenever you start with the daily work. Always scan. Next is secure configuration, enforcing the strong access control and authentication, harden system and network setting, and remove unnecessary accounts, services, and apps. This is also known as junk information in the computer. Many apps which occupied the space of your memory, which slow down the functioning of the equipment. So unnecessary data, unnecessary photographs, unnecessary videos, unnecessary your information or apps should be removed so that the memory remains quite some empty. Only the desirable data should be kept in your electronic system. Now comes the recovery, restoring the system and from the backdrop. So what happens? Okay, suppose for your computer is hacked, your data is destroyed, and I tell you, okay, firstly, clean data you are having your in backups. So backup should always be maintained, and every day before you leave your organization, the data must be kept in backups. हार्ड डिस्क एक ले लेते हैं उसमें डाटा आपका यू कैन स्टोर इट फॉर लॉन्गर टाइम ऑल्सो एंड वेरीफाई द बैकअप इंटीग्रिटी बिफोर रिस्टोरेशन you must verify you are using the right backup or its data is not modified because sometimes it happens that people okay you have transferred some data in backup and they will change it when you are not there. It is very easy to enter the virus or the other malwares in your backup also. So be very sure that when your backup is used, it must be very clean. Next is ensure system are fully patched before going live. And you must ensure that when your backup data is there, you have entered in the your electronic system. So it is working. There is no change and no virus or any other malware is there. Monitoring to reinfection. Sorry. Continuously monitoring logs and network traffic. Detect suspicious activities or repeated IOCs. Repeated. Sometimes repeated attacks are there, and that must be monitored, and the matter should be kept in mind, and these are to be removed. Employ additional security scans post restorations. For example, if your electronic system is suffered from any attack, then immediately it should be kept for the repair. The process of cleaning the electronic equipment should carry out, and then only the fresh backup data from the backup should be fed in. And always scan that data. Okay, even if it has some malware or virus is there, so that can be removed. And gradual reintroduction, bring system back in stages, not all at once. But there are various channels in the electronic system. Firstly, fill up data in first channel in drives. Usually we call it as a drive, A drive, B drive, C drive, D drive. So their data must be transferred in first drive and then check it, then go to the second drive and third drive and fourth drive, how many drives you have. So data must be checked or introduced in step by step, not directly feeding all the information in all the drives. Monitoring of reinfection. Continuously monitor logs and traffic. This called the network traffic. Continuously you should monitor about the traffic, malicious activity of repeated IOCs, deploy additional security scan and post restorations. Monitoring of reinfection, restoration system from backups, the recovered data, clean data and the application from the secured backups, and keep the backups always in lock, and a key must be kept with you. The verify backup integrity before restoration, ensure systems are fully patched before going live. continuously monitor the logs and network traffic, detect suspicious activity or repeated IOCs, and deployed additional security scans and post restorations. Gradual reintroduction. It should be the. I have already repeated it that all the uh, drives must be fed one by one, not in a direct way. Next is introduction to gradual restoration is there, and now I will come to the what are the lesson learned. Post incident reviews. For example, conduct a detailed analysis of what happened. We must always we should learn from our mistakes and what mistakes has occurred and what we should make that this do not occur again. For that purpose, you should take the precautions. Conduct a detailed analysis of what has happened. That's one point. Identify the strength and weaknesses in response. What were our weakness so that we could not respond properly? So how we can now improve it, and that improved method or the new methods must be used. Discuss improvements with the incident response team. All your IT experts must be called, discuss the things so that the incidents do not happen again. Documentations, record timeline of events, actions taken and outcomes. Always record time when it happened. Usually there is, and you can make out if it is in the night hours, it may be from USA, from other foreign countries. If it is in the daytime, it is from India itself. So that time and the reflects from where these frauds are being committed. Usually you can make out from the cyber types of modus operandi that which country is doing or where these people from India are doing the cyber crimes, because you can make out. Preserve evidence for legal and compliance purpose. Now all these screenshots and other documents must be kept in record if any legal action is to be taken, because in the court they require the evidence for it. So all the documents must be kept ready, and whenever they are required as evidence, they should be produced in the court. Maintain and updated incident knowledge base for future reference. Now you must maintain a record that this incident happened this day. It was this kind of incident. This was this kind of cyber crime. So what action we had taken about it, and what was the result we have achieved, whether it was rectified or not, and what improvement methods we have used. All these things must be kept in your record. Updating policies, revise the security policies and procedures based on findings. Your IT professionals must be in a position to frame the policies, procedures based on the findings. Because as a layman or the other departmental persons cannot make out whatever the policies should be adopted. So IT expert or the computer expert must be there to frame the policies. Implement stronger preventive measures. Always, what kind of strong preventive measures we can take, we must be take that. Conduct refresher training for staff to avoid repeat incidents. Some staff who are dealing with the your electronic systems, they must be provided with the refresher courses at some reputed institute of cyber crimes which are dealing especially cyber academies also. Next, yeah, we have done this in then updating policies. Yes. Now, because this is a quite lengthy one, so I will continuously doing with that. The updating policies, revise the security policies and procedures based on findings, implementing the stronger preventive measures, conduct refreshing trainings, and next is the types of cyber incidents. What types of cyber incidents are there? They are the firstly traditional cyber attacks, malware attacks, which includes your virus, worms, Trojan, spyware that disrupt the systems or steal data. Usually, these are the traditional cyber attacks. Mostly, these attacks are prevailing in the organizations and various departments. But the advanced persistent threats are also there. They are, firstly, I will discuss the types of cyber incidents in the for ransomware is also there. Phishing and social engineering, inside threats. This we must be very careful about the incidents because the insiders are doing the lot of nuisance. They are supplying the data, they are disrupting the data, or when they leave the department, or they do the wrong things with the data also sometimes. And for the money's sake, they provide data to the other organizations also. The unauthorized access to the sensitive personal or business data. No unauthorized person must be allowed to even enter your computer systems. The man in the middle attacks. This is interception of communication to steal or alter data. What happens? For example, you are sending a message from, for example, I'm just discussing the lecture from Nasik to Pune or throughout the country. But in between, someone can steal the our code, and he can get it transferred to his computer also. He can also watch whatever we are discussing on our computers. So this is the man in middle. He is the middleman in between, who is not authorized to hear whatever we are talking, but they will do it. Second is SQL injection and web attacks. So SQL is a language which is used by the hackers to hack the systems. So we must be very careful about that. The zero-day exploits. Attackers are targeting the unknown and updated software vulnerabilities. Here, the attackers target the unknown or updated, unpatched software vulnerable. Certain software are not up to the mark and they are weak, so they can be easily attacked. So that we should ensure that the programs are foolproof. Next, drive by the downloads. Yes, this is the emerging trends. We have already now we will discuss the emerging trends because the lesson is quite lengthy and the time limit is there. So I will discuss them. The emerging digital threats are drive-by downloads, unintended malware downloads from compromised websites. Sometimes what happens, the people are downloading the apps from unknown sites, which is very dangerous. And people are doing because they seems very lucrative, and people download that, and ultimately the loss is there. Big loss is there. Next is IoT device exploits. The compromising smart devices for attacks or data theft. They are using the very advanced. Now we have come to notice that when you use the ATM cards, your magnetic strip remains active for 10 minutes. Now the machines have been recovered in metropolitan cities where these are made in China. So these are just like our mobile phones. They will, when you are coming out from the ATM machine after withdrawing some money. So you naturally you keep all those things in your pocket. Your ATM card is kept in the pocket, and the cyber criminal will just go nearby you, and he will keep you at the distance of about a feet from you, but all the data will get transferred from your ATM card to that machine, and he will clone that details in a duplicated data, sorry, card, and ultimately he will draw the money. So this is happening now. So, but such machines are very rare. Only 4 or 5 machines have been recovered so far, which are made in China. So be very careful. Keep your ATM card in a 3-4 folds or plastic layer or plastic bag के अंदर रखें या steel small steel packet is there, so you can keep it in that. AI powered and next generation attacks. Now the AI, artificial intelligence powered phishing, social engineering, these kinds of attacks are now prevailing. So be very careful that, because there are very difficult to identify the attacks by using the artificial intelligence, because identification, because they are making the so perfect things that it is very difficult to identify whether it is a genuine or not. Only the forensic expert can make out. So it is very difficult because they are producing the voice spoofing, wishing gesture, which is called. So the same voice. For example, now the crimes are happening. Your son has been found with some drugs, and he's in the police station while that son is in the school, and they will discuss. They will call the child, and they will make the child to talk to their parents, and the same voice will be used by using the artificial intelligence. So this is happening, and sometimes the money is also transferred by people. So this is happening nowadays. AI powered malwares, the self-learning malwares that attempt to security defenses with the polymorphic patterns. They are using the different types of method. If one method fails, then there comes the second one. If you block one, the second will come. For example, I have seen it in Facebook that coming the one advertisement by that you deposit 21,000 and you will get it 3 lakhs in 3 months. And our finance minister Sitaraman ji, or Infosys chairman Murthy ji, and sometimes it is Amitabh Bachchan also. So, narrating the same thing, and you can watch their lips activity, and that is also this, that looks according to the words, but whatever they are speaking through their lips is the same. So some people who are not aware of such AI methods, so they get fooled, and it becomes a problem for them, and they lose their money. Deepfake and systematic media attacks. Deepfake is also the part of your artificial intelligence, in which the face of one person. Deepfake, we have got a presentation of that also. Deepfake is using these one duplicate person, producing the duplicate thing, producing the duplicate person, looking the same as the original one. But we have seen the Amir Khan. Amir Khan's deepfake was there. Now you see the deepfake, certain photographs of our prime minister are also relayed on the computer systems of various people. They have seen that he is expressing some different types of news, but people can make out that this cannot happen with our politicians such of high level. So next, sir, here facial recognition exploits. Facial recognition, you must be in a position to recognize the facial. Sometimes the, for example, it is a digital arrest. Digital arrest, although it is a cyber crime, but in which they are using the uniformed persons sitting on a chair, having flags on the back side and table and wearing the uniform. If you are expert enough, you will see that they are wearing the wrong kind of uniform. They are wearing the wrong type of ranks. They are wearing wrong side, wearing on wrong side their nameplate as well as on your ribbons and other things, logos. They are misused. That is wrongly. They are placing that at the wrong place. But it can be identified only by the person who have ever used the uniform. So in general, the public is not aware of that. Next. Role of digital forensics. Now, what is the role of digital forensics? It is the evidence collection. Identify and gather the digital evidence from the computers, network, and mobile devices because it is required in the court. Second, the collect logs, emails, files, and metadata without altering the original data. Use forensic tools to ensure integrity. Now the forensic tools are available with the only forensics departments. They are now flooded with the work, and it is very difficult for them to cope up with the work, and it delays the work. So anyway, the chain of custody, maintain a documented record of evidence handling, track who collected, transferred, and analyzed the evidence, prevent tampering, and ensure credibility in legal proceedings. You must have a qualified advocate in the court itself so that your case do not fall down. Next is legal admissibility. Evidence must comply with the laws and regulations of IT Act and local cyber laws. Proper handling ensures it is admissible in court, support prosecution and investigation of cyber crimes. Now, here the problem is that the police in general, although now the cyber police stations, they are becoming expert nowadays how to handle the cases and how to investigate the cases. But mostly the cases, for example, in small cities, they are asked to report the cyber crimes with the local police. The local police is not trained. They do not even know what is cyber crime. We have seen it. So now we are imparting them training also. Every time we are getting a batches of police personnel for the training. So how to investigate the case, how to identify the fraud calls, where to entertain the complaints, how to entertain the complaints. All those things are being taught them. And what is the modus operandi, how to investigate the case. So that is another aspect. So team structure, the centralized and the decentralized team setups there must be there. Clearly defined hierarchy and faster decision making, backup personals for critical roles. You must have a well qualified and backup personal IT professional with your department. If you need that, your department electronic equipment should work properly, all the things, because now it is the information that counts a lot. And if the information is misread, then it will deal to the big mishaps. So communication protocols, maintain secure communication channels during incidents, predefined reporting structure to avoid confusion, regular updates to management and IT personnel, IT teams. So that's it. Cyber crimes investigation workflow. Firstly, identify, detect, and recognize the cyber incident, determine affected system and potential threats. Now, preservation. Secure digital evidence to prevent tampering, create forensic images or snapshots for detecting systems. Collection. Gather all the relevant evidences, just for example, logs, emails, files, network data, and use proper tools and methods to maintain integrity. Analyze the collected evidence for signs of intrusion or malware, verify the authenticity, and trace attacker's action. Lastly, analyze, correlate findings to understand attack patterns, identify attack vendors and preparators, and impact. Prepare evidence reports for legal proceedings. Present finding clearly to the management, law enforcement, or the court. Digital evidence sources क्या है? What are the digital? This is the computers and the servers. Hard drives हैं, which includes high hard drives हैं, SSDs हैं, system logs हैं, operating system है, and application of the data है. Mobile devices, smartphones, tablets, wearables, call logs, messages, and data, GPS system, location information, for example, and the cloud storage. The device like Google Drives, Dropbox, online backups, shared documents, and logs. These are all required for the evidence collections. And network logs, which includes your firewall, routers, switch logs, VPN and intrusion detection system, and records. The tools for incident response, what we are using the SIEMs tools, security information and event management, which is we call it as the centralized collection and logs for multiple sources, real-time monitoring, and altering of suspicious activity, correlation of events to detect potential incidents. Forensic tools we use acquire the preserve the digital evidence, analyze system network and device data, generate reports for legal and investigation processes. Malware analysis tools we use the examine and understand malicious software behavior, analyze network traffic and system interactions, identify attack methods and infection vectors. So finally, we come to the ransom attacks. Ransom attacks we have already explained you in detail. So I don't think we need to, because the time constraint is there. So ransomware is similarly hacking the system of the organization or the individual and then asking for the money. So this is a ransomware. So step by step जो incident है, handling है, we will provide you the notes so we can go through that. It is a very simple, but we have already explained you about it. So now the attack vendors and investigation methods. Last is the cyber laws and aspects. The IT Act 2000, it provides legal framework and electronic transactions and cyber crimes, covers the hacking, data theft, identity theft, fraud, and digital signatures. That is dealt by the IT Act 2000. And there are various penalties. And I tell you that I will not discuss in detail about the penalties. Because there are two types of cybercrime. One is the crime against the computer, and one is cyber crime by the computer. एक for the computer and एक by the computer. For the computer is entering the virus, changing the data, identity theft, and these are the usually these are the for the computer. Data dwindling is there, modification of data theft is also there, but most of the crimes are committed by using the your electronic device. That may be your laptop, that may be your mobile or other electronic equipment. So they are all dealt under Section 66. Crime against the computer are dealt under Section 43 to 45 of IT Act 2000, while the crime committed by using the computer, that includes your laptop and this mobile. So that is covered under Section 65 to 78. 72, most important is the 66, Section 66, because it has the maximum subsections in which all the previously the IPC was not able to cover the crimes related with cyber. So now the IT Act has been made, and so many amendments are going on in IT Act. Recently, I have been in Delhi, so there we discussed about, because now the artificial intelligence has come. Then I said, okay, sir, the artificial, if we are going to make a new act for artificial intelligence, by the time the new methods will come for the crimes. Now it is now prevailing. Gemini has come in the market, and it is used for the crimes also. But for that, expertise is required. But at that time, we have suggested that we must add all those things with the IT Act, because they come all under the one ministry, and they should be kept in one act. And how many acts are going to be made, and every time getting the approval from the parliament, it becomes difficult. But if we make amendments, then it is easy. So various sections have been given in that. Challenges in cyber investigation. We face so many challenges in the cyber investigation. That is, data communication are often encrypted, makes it difficult to access or analyze evidence, because whatever the message we are sending, whatever the message we are getting in our computer system, it is encrypted. So it is very difficult to understand for in the court, because no judge or no advocate is so much trained that they can understand the encrypted language. Makes it difficult to access or analyze the evidence. Requires advanced forensic techniques to decrypt it, which is available with the government only, not with the civilians, especially in the forensic science. They can forensic science, and it is also available with the Ministry of Defense and some other sensitive organizations. Jurisdiction issues. The cyber crimes often cross the national borders. That is the main problem. And the legal authority and the cooperation between the countries may be limited, because for extradition of such criminals require MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with that country, which is very difficult now. And because there are more than 200 countries which are member of UNO, although most of them have this kind of treaty of extradition of criminals, but it is very time consuming, and very legal hurdles are there with the local laws. So lack of awareness. Victims may not report incident promptly, because many victims come to know that the fraud has happened with their account after 2-3 days. So by that time, the 1930 and cybercrime.gov.in is not registering their complaints, because the time is over. And by that time, the account from the other side is closed and the money is transferred to other places. So now comes the next hour, the best practices for incident response. Proactive monitoring, continuously monitoring network system and application detect suspicious activity before the escalates into an incident. Implement automated altering and anomaly detection systems. These are now suggested, and the directions have been issued by the Ministry of Telecommunication and Electronics, that they should install all these security equipments in their computer systems. Employees awareness, conduct regular cyber security training and simulations, educate staff on phishing, social engineering, safe practices, and encourage the reporting of suspicious activities on your electronic system. They must immediately. We also teach in the schools also and colleges also. Okay, if they have got any suspicious activity or other malicious activity on your electronic system, mobile or other laptops, you must immediately report the matter to your parents firstly, to teachers or to the cyber experts, or finally to the police. And it should be done immediately without wasting any time, especially in case your mobile is lost, because that can be used by the terrorists, that can be used by the drug peddlers, that can be used by the antisocial elements for the malicious activities. So, a role of artificial intelligence and automation, artificial intelligence in threat detection, which is now uses machine learning to identify the anomalies and patterns, detects zero-day attacks and sophisticated threats faster, reduces the false positive insecurity. This now AI, the AI is helping a lot in dealing with the cyber crimes. So, but it can be used against the organizations also. So, positive use of AI helps a lot in reducing the cyber crimes. The automated incident response system, they automatically isolates the affected system. When AI is there, it will automatically isolate the affected system, execute the predefined response actions to contain the threats, and speed up recovery and reduces the manual interventions. Future trends, the artificial intelligence driven predictive threats, intelligence integration with the IoT, clouds, and blockchain security, autonomous cybersecurity system, and self-learning capabilities. This is being done through the artificial intelligence systems. Finally, the certain this is the Computer Emergency Response Team in India. It is a national agency of cybersecurity and incident response proactive alerts. Its advisories and the mitigations guidelines, usually they are issued by the CERT, Computer Emergency Response Team in that's India. So this is a agency in Delhi, so which gives the guidelines all the time to the ministry as well as to the various organizations, or through the state governments to the all organizations. The interagency cooperation, the collaboration between law enforcement, intelligence, and regulatory bodies enables the faster investigation and threat mitigation, facilitates cross-border cybercrime handling. It also helps in cross, because now there is one another agency which is handling the cross-border cyber crimes. Although it is kept secret now, it is not revealed about that organization, but they are keeping watch and blocking the cyber threats which are coming from abroad. Public-private partnership, the public must be aware, and other organizations such as our organization, we are providing the free consultations to the schools, to the colleges, and some needy. We are also going to the various societies also, NGOs also, and we deliver the lecture about the awareness about the cyber crimes. So now we say keep safe, be safe. So all the time, which reduces the cyber attacks. And having a sufficient knowledge about that will help you to prevent the cyber. Thank you. This was now the time is also over. In the last, I have to rush because today I am not feeling well. I suffered a cough and cold due to sudden climatic change. It is cold now. The minimum temperature in Nasik was at 10 degree. So 8 to 10 degree. And I get up early in the morning. So I suffered. So no problem, but I was able to complete your lecture. Anything, any question to be asked by you? Any question from your side? Open with me. You can release your audio and you can ask me any question. Rahul, any question?
No, sir.
Audible?
Alok, sir. Hello.
हाँ जी.
I'm audible, sir. Any question from audience
हाँ.
side?
Audible?
Your voice is not clear.
Yes, sir.
Your voice is not clear. You can write the question. I will answer it if it is there.
Shrikant, sir, you can ask the questions.
Okay,
अच्छा.
sir.
Okay.
Good evening,
हाँ.
all, sir. So my name is Shashikant Patil. I'm coming from Kolhapur. So
Okay.
my question is, sir. Last 3 years, I'm teaching in cyber law and cyber security in various courses.
Okay.
But I confuse the three parts, sir. In cyber law, some chapters are there, some articles are there, and some sections are there. So
Yeah.
I cannot be understood that what is articles, what is chapters, what is mean by chapters, what is mean by articles, what is mean by sections for the cyber law IT Act 2000. I confuse it, sir. Please.
Now you see there are 90 sections in IT Act 2000.
Yeah,
Okay. And
yeah,
they are divided in, I think, 12 chapters or 13 chapters.
yeah,
Okay.
sir. Yeah,
So each chapter is having a specific heading. For example, it is number one is a extended title. It is the section. It
yeah,
comes under section 1, and section 2 deals with the definition of different words used in the act. Okay.
yeah,
And
yeah,
next, because they come under chapter 1.
yeah.
So the information which have got some different, for example, the appointment of this cyber tribunal officers and their TADA and their face LD, because that is not so important. So they are kept in a another chapter.
Okay,
Or the crime against the computer. They are kept under subsection because it has got the minor punishment, not the major punishment,
okay,
because it is causing less harm. But now the major harm is done in under section, because the crimes which are committed using the computer, which fall under section
okay.
66, 65 to 72 and 75.
Right, sir.
Okay. So they are kept in separate chapter so that you give more emphasis on that. And
Okay,
finally, what are the powers of the government, how they can make the rules, amendments, and other things. They are kept in the last.
okay,
So everything is to be divided, because while framing the curriculum and then syllabus, firstly they introduce the curriculum, because curriculum is decided by the higher ups with the legal experts. And
okay,
then when curriculum is decided, then based on that, the syllabus is decided, and then again syllabus is divided into different chapters, and experts in that field, they sit together and they decide, okay, what is to be mentioned in that chapter.
okay, 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 sir.
That is the only reason. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
Uh,
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
On the behalf of MS Senior College, I thank you to Advocate Rana sir for delivering the session on cyber forensic and incidents responses. Sir, explain the types of cyber attacks and how to avoid that. How to avoid cyber attacks, as well as the precaution and legal measures are supposed to be taken by the company as well as the individual to avoid such kind of cyber attacks. On the behalf of MAS Senior College, I thank you to Advocate Rana sir. Thank you, sir, for joining and providing the detailed information. Thank you, sir.
So nice of you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
very much, sir.
Okay.
Now Alok sir is already into the meeting right now, sir. So on the behalf of MS Senior College, I welcome Mr. Alok Kumar sir for the Atal Atal FDP program on the way of MAS in college. Alok sir, are you there?
Yeah, I am listening you. I'm just correcting my video.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay, okay. No issue, sir. Uh,
Okay, hope I am visible.
Yes, sir,
welcome,
you
sir.
are.
Thank you. All
Now I
right.
Now I introduce give the brief introduction to Alok sir. Mr. Alok sir working as a cyber defense IT officer at Male GmbH Pune. Sir has a cyber defense specialist with over 10 years of expertise in protecting digital infrastructure across banking, telecommunication and automotive sector. Sir has contributed to critical security programs for the leading organization. His expertise spans detection, incident response, forensic analysis, and regulatory compliant cybersecurity frameworks, combined with valuable international project and expertise. Sir are going to deliver a session on the email security and social engineering. Now, I request to Alok sir to start with the session. Sir,
Yeah. Thank you very
thank
much.
you.
Actually, I'm not used to hear words, sir. Okay, since I'm working in IT, so it's very unique to me. Anyway, thank you for welcoming me and giving me this opportunity uh, to provide you the company exposure, industrial, you can say experience. Okay, and I hope I will able to explain the things in a starting from the basic and will go in a detail step by step. I just want to understand since you have just finished one of the sessions, so any break is required or you are ready to adapt all those things means you are prepared for that.
Sir, we can continue, sir.
Okay, so can anyone confirm that you are able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and
Yes, sir.
okay,
Yes,
because I
sir.
all right. Mhm. Okay. Okay, so my topic, before starting, I should also want to brief about the technologies and my job and college experience. So you will able to understand my journey and the knowledge I get in my journey. So actually, I have studied from Ferguson College. I have done MCA, and from there only my journey started. I've started from IQS, then UBS. UBS is a banking firm, and I worked in Singapore for UBS. Then I again come back to India. Then I work in Tech Mahindra, and from Tech Mahindra, I went to Dublin, Ireland. I work on a telecom project, and from there I moved to Barclays, and Barclays is again a financial company. And now currently I'm working in Mahale. So basically, I have experience of different domains. It is a telecom, financial, service-based company, product-based company, and now I'm working in automobile organization. Apart from that, a knowledge perspective, I have done uh, so many vertical promotion as well as horizontal promotion in my IT field. Means I worked on a different information technologies, uh, uh, starting from endpoint, whether it is a VAPT. Then I have also worked on a Linux operating system, Linux hardening. Then I have worked in a SOC operation center. Then I have worked on cyber defense, and now I'm working in a strategy as an IT officer, and I work closely with the security architects in Mahale. Okay, so let's start with the today's topic. So I hope you guys have heard this term, right? Social engineering, and I came to know from Poonam ma'am that many of the um, faculty which has joined are from computer background. So I believe we have a basic understanding of all those things. If it's not, it's no need to worry. I'm going to cover the basic part as well. Okay. So this is our learning objectives today, and basically here we are going to understand Human exploitation means recognizing how attacks manipulate psychology, trust, and curiosity. So we can see all this in social engineering tactics and techniques. Um, we will see cybersecurity and its categories also. Means what are the different types of cybersecurities in IT infrastructure or different infrastructure as well. Then we are going to see the real world case studies. Then we will try to understand the fundamentals of email security. Then types of email based crimes. And for any incident, there is a process which is known as monitoring, detection, containment, eradication, recovery, and after recovery, there is a you can say RCA. So we can see a step of those as well, that when an event occurs, how it get mitigated. We will see some sample emails, suspicious, malicious emails as well. Uh, we are going to see the method of securing email communication. Uh, some investigation process, not much on forensic tool, but the tools which are used for the social engineering and email security investigation, we are going to see that. And definitely the last one is the best practices. So basically, why we need these things in today's world? It is very important to build awareness, develop defense strategy, empower cultural change, uh, and it start from definitely the work we do a day to day. We all use emails, and we know that how harmful it is if we are not aware how to use them. Okay, so here the next slide, moving to the next slide, and it suggests need for cybersecurity in today's world. Okay, so you can see the tagline: cybersecurity is not just a technology; it is basically a teaching imperative, equipping future generation to protect trust, knowledge, and society from evolving threats. Okay, so we know that in today's digital age, cybersecurity is not just a technical requirement. It is basically a lifeline. It is the foundation of trust and resilience and progress. Um, every click, every transaction, every connection carries some kind of risk, and without strong defenses, the promise of innovation can quickly turn into a vulnerability, and that vulnerability might get exploited. So, coming to the first point, which says secure explosion of digital dependence. So, we know that modern society run on digital systems. You can think of any domain, any entity, whether it is a hospital and financial market, banks, trade. We are in number one in UPI, global payments. So all these things have a process, and if we not follow the process, there could be a great risk. And even it's your department, which is education, research. It is also now digitized. So we need security in your environment as well. And the second one is related to cybercrime, AI-driven and sophisticated attacks. As I have joined 10 minutes before in the previous class, I believe you are studying about cybercrime, right? So the rise of AI-driven attacks has been increased. The new generation attack is even bypass, or you can say deceive the trained professional as well. You can see, I hope many of you are in social media. You might have seen the fake narratives of of every country. There is some kind of media narratives which has been spread all over the world. So all these are very easy with the rise of AI. Apart from that, you have heard about the deep fake voices and videos impersonating leadership, um, automated malware creation, Nowadays, a skill is not is a barrier. Using a AI, if you know the logic, you can create a malware, and you can uh, intelligently evade the security system. The next is national security and critical system. So definitely our power grids, hospital, transportation, and financial systems are increasingly digitized, and any successful cyber attack on these infrastructure could disrupt entire societies. And so that's why it is very important for making cybersecurity as a matter of national security. Now, next one is safeguarding business and reputation. Now, what does it mean? I will give you one example. Just I believe 2 months or 1.5 months before, there is one company known as JLR. It is a UK-based firm. It stands for Jaguar Land Rover. They they have been attacked. Basically, a cyber attack has been. They faced a cyber attack, and they have to stop their production for almost 3 to 4 weeks, which impacted their resources, their finance. So in the similar year, in this year, you can say after June, there is an attack on multiple companies like Porsche, BMW, and all these business rely on computer and networks, and these attack can shut down their operation, destroy data, and damage reputation. Then it's related to personal data. As we know that our personal privacy or PII data is very important. So to protect from location tracking, biometric data, we are very used to of social media, so we left there a footprint. So it is easy to steal the information, get the information from social media. Our financial and health record is also there. So the data is available all over. A sophisticated attack can easily on attack on these data can easily hamper our privacy. Next is securing next gen technologies. So you know that we are working on AI, cloud, and Internet of Things. So if we did not have the proper mechanism to secure these technologies, it would impact us badly. So we should have a mechanism, and we should learn those mechanism to secure our technologies. Then we have a trust support safe remote work environment. I believe it happened in college as well. We have a safe remote lectures, so it should be goes through VPN. There should be authentication mechanism. So that is the trust. Then definitely we have to thrive instead of having a lot of cyber attacks, cyber crimes. We must have a, a, a build a good kind of digital services on which we can rely. So that's why I have made this headline. So secure, prevent, defend, preserve, protects, empower, trust, and thrive, which include all those things. Moving ahead. Okay. Um, so I believe it has been, you have already heard about the cybersecurity types. So the major one is a network security, and we know that we all are connected through some kind of network. So it must be secure, and there are a lot of mechanism to secure them, which comes under this. Then we have application security. We all use n number of application. API is one of the important factor. That's why we need a hardened application to perform our day-to-day task. Then we have data security and information security, and in other cybersecurity we have these many things. So anyone can suggest what is the difference between data security and information security? Anyone can try. Okay, no problem. Data security basically focuses on protecting raw digital data, that is a file database or records from unauthorized access. However, information security, basically data security is a subset of information security. Information security is a broader, it safeguards both digital and physical information, including their process, communication, and their workflows, or we can say knowledge flows. Okay, so additional categories contain cloud security. We all aware about the basic things about, since this is not in our syllabus, we are not going to go in detail. Um, then we have endpoint security. Uh, we all have our endpoint devices. This need to be secured while connecting to a server or to another peer. Then we have identity and access management. This basically consists of your privilege, your accesses, list privilege, which according to the job profile, what is the access provided to that particular person, or for the particular system or to the particular resources, what access need to be provided, that comes under this identity and access management. Then we have a mobile security. We also use a number of uh, mobile devices in our environment, so we need the security for those as well. Then we have a security for our router sensors, that is our IoT security, cameras, industrial machines, all comes under this IoT. Then we have a critical infrastructure security, which I have discussed in the previous slide. Then we have operation technology security. Anyone? I want to hear something about this. If anyone can say what is this operation technology security? Does anyone have heard about that OT security? Okay. Okay, basically, this security comes in the picture in a manufacturing or production company where we have devices like PLC, um, then ICs. There, we have to integrate this security with the IT security, so that as I have given you example of Jaguar Land Rover attack. So basically, the manufacturing and production companies uses operational technologies, and to secure those devices, we need the security in this field as well. And this field is growing rapidly now. I know many companies have started OT security in their uh, environment, and this craze has been started 2 3 years back. And frankly, there is a very less people in this security not in India, in world right now. Then we have a threat intelligence. So threat intelligence is basically a proactive measures or control to mitigate the threat. For example, it's like you are finding a threats in your environment by by some mechanism. For example, we have a Linux server which consists of some important files, and those files contain some password or system information. So we need to check that whether someone who is not eligible to access those file is able to get access to those file or not through some mechanism, right? As through you can say through same, that is a secure incident event management, by running some queries, and we'll find that okay, that particular log shows that the particular user has accessed that data who is not authorized to do that. Even if he has attempted to log into that data, it itself raises suspicious behavior. Then we have regulatory compliance, which means that we have regulatory bodies all over the world. For example, for Europe, it's a GDPR. Then we have a NIST. Then we have a certain. Then we have a HIPAA. Then for payment gateways for the banking, we have a PCI DSS. So we have n number of regulatory compliance which monitor the businesses. And then these are the topic which I am going to cover today. One is email security, and next is social engineering defense. Moving to the next slide. All right. So basically, a social engineering is a art of hacking humans, and here awareness is the firewall. So in one word, if you uh, try to figure these things, it is hacker don't need code, they need your trust. Once they get your trust, they will easily reveal or steal the data from you. So I want to say a few of the case studies. We will see all these things one by one. Uh, Before that, I want to share some of the interesting case studies. I hope you know about the Google invoice scam, in which a fraudster impersonated Quanta Computer, which is a vendor of Facebook, and it shows that he is a real vendor. He create a fake invoices, tricked employees into, and the impact was so huge that it extract $122 million from the Facebook, so from the Google. So basically, he created a similar domain name. He created different bank accounts all over the globe, and he he shows like a real vendor by preparing invoices, generating invoices, sending to them, and he extracted those money. The similar case study is related to RSA breach. I believe computer faculty know what is RSA. So it is a hardware and software token which is used for MFA, which is multiple factor authentication. Um so this was a very you can say a planned attack on which email has been sent to one of the employee of the RSA company, which the email contain an attachment. The attachment suggests a recruitment plan, and that attachment is a malicious one, which is which consists of 0-day exploit. As soon as the employee click on that link, um, it has still lot of data from the environment, and it was a huge impact. Even RSA has to give thousands of new hardware tokens to their customer. So there are many. There are attack on Sony pictures. So we will see some of the interesting attacks later on. So basically, uh, it's about curiosity, fear, and urgency, which leads to these attacks. So make sure whenever we deal with this situation, you should be very calm and you should not um, get attracted with these things. Moving to the next slide. Okay, so these are the techniques, social engineering techniques. So as we know that technology has a vulnerability and they can be patched, but humans and we must be aware or trained, um, because social engineering is basically to exploit psychology, not system. So we all know what, no, I hope we all know what is facing, because every one of us might have received an email, fraudulent email or messages designed to steal sensitive data. Then we have a pre-texting. It is basically a creating a false identity or scenario to gain trust and extract sensitive information. For example, every organization have some routine work, and somebody will say that, okay, I'm from HR recruitment team. He gather some information, some real information from open source about your organization, and he can create that scenario that either they are calling from HR recruitment team or some of your vendor, and they need some information to do the further task. So that is known as pre-texting. Then we have a baiting. So baiting is basically you have seen emails like free software or free downloads, free software gifts over email. So it's basically to enticing users to download to come to lure victims to compromise, or another part is also that it might consist of infected USBs. Means there is a USB found in your parking lot or some reception table, and curiously you have used that USB in your system. As soon as you use that infected USB, it will whatever the um, you, threat has been designed in that USB, that will be triggered, and it will exploit the system. Next one is vishing. So vishing is basically voice phishing. Um, we might get a call from someone that for the OTP, or for credit card loans, that you have not paid a credit card loan. So all these are comes under a phishing, uh, where a voice is used for the scams. Next is smishing. Smishing is SMS text scam. Basically, that SMS contain a malicious link or request. Once you click on that link, you might get compromised. Your system might get compromised. Next one is queuing. We will see queuing in the next section in email security. Basically, it is a malicious QR code. Then quid pro quo. It's basically offering a fake service in exchange of sensitive information. For example, fake tech support. uh, a vendor come to you, a vendor means, I mean to say some intruder, and they are giving you tech support. They said that they can provide you tech support, but it is a fake tech support. They say that they will provide you other license, product license, which is very costly. Basically they are uh, they their intention is to get a sensitive information from your environment by exchanging some fake product or support. Then this one is BEC is important one, is basically impersonating executives by email. We will see one of the case study of this. This is very. Then we have whaling. In whaling, we have a targeted phishing of executives, means high level management people has been targeted here. They will get a or uh, email or call for some data. Then we have a diversion theft. It's basically a deceiving delivery or logistic staff to reroute or steal shipments. Then we have honey trap. It's a emotional manipulation used to exploit trust and extract secret. We have seen many cases in which in India where our army personnel or um, scientists have revealed some data through this trap unwillingly. Um, Anyone can say that anything else comes under this technique? Anyone have heard another technique related to this? I think we have few, which I have intentionally not put in this slide. All right. I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
that's great. Sometimes it feel like I'm talking with myself. Anyway, okay, no
No, sir.
problem, no problem. Uh, so we can add few more techniques like spear phishing. In spear phishing, instead of sending thousands of emails, some attackers of used specialized social engineering content directed to a specific employee or a small group of employees in an organization to steal some sensitive data such as financial information or trade secret. Then we have a farming technique, which is a social engineering technique where an attacker execute a malicious program on victim computers or servers. Then we have one more thing, which is skimming. Skimming refers to stealing credit card or debit card numbers using special storage device called skimmers or wedges. All right, moving to the next slide. Okay, so this is one of the case study of this year only. You can see this is the news published by Heather Shane from CNN. And in this case study, a deep fake CFO tricked the Arup Arup is a basically 78-year-old London-based architecture and design firm. Basically, it is a company which has more than 18,000 employee, and they have their office all over the globe, and they have lot of achievement in they have lot of achievement, and they have done some one of the good architect they have created some of the good architecture like Sydney Opera House, Etihad Stadium in Manchester, and they are building lot of things in Europe. uh, okay, so in this case, um, this news is for February, right? So basically this incident happened in January 2024, end of the month. A finance professional at Arup Hong Kong branch office received what appeared to be a legitimate email from the company's CFO. CFO is basically a chief financial officer who has the authority for approval of all the finance related things in the organization. The email requested confidential financial transaction and was followed by a video call. So after the mail has been received, video call has been received by the Hong Kong employee of this Arup companies, and has the video call has been received by this employee with the multiple executive. It is not a single person. There are n number of executive uh, in that call. Unknown to the employee, the participants were AI generated deepfakes. So it was not real. It was generated by AI, and it is basically a forgeries of the CFO and other staff members created using advanced AI tool. So you can imagine the level of the attack. Uh, they have done the social engineering first, that currently where will be that CFO. He might be in some traveling. He might be traveling in a flight or in some conference. So they have sent a mail and the AI generated video call. They have gained the trust of that employee, and employee has uh, executed or transferred the money, assuming that the person on the video is the correct person. It is not a AI generated person. So how this attack worked: basically a fraudster, intruder, or a threat actor sent an email impersonating that he's impersonating the CFO. Then deepfake video call has been has been arranged. Attacker used AI to generate convincing video and audio of executives. Then they manipulated the employee. Then the employee, the authorized employee, transfer total of, you can see, $25 million after after a video call. Then, so there is a huge impact of financial loss of $25 million has been stolen. So it can be stopped if there is some technique they must, if they have some technical safeguards like deploy AI based detection tools. And the most important is that while transferring a money there should be a multi-factor, that not through only one call you can send some kind of money. You must have some digital identity as a critical assets. A similar case happened related to AI enabled, you can say smishing vishing, in which a Senate, US Senate received a uh, call over a mobile that sound like it was from her 15-year-old daughter. After answering, she heard the word that, "Mom, these bad men have me," followed by a male voice threatening to act on a series of terrible threats. They have demanded of $1 million ransom. And since the US Senate has been overwhelmed by panic, shock, and urgency, the mother believed that she was hearing the right voice of her daughter. So that's why she sent a $1 million ransom. Basically, it was a AI cloned voice. So you can understand the impact of this deep fake. In India also, you have seen a number of deep fake videos. I believe everyone has seen at the time of election. Moving to the next slide. This one is related to AT&T. Basically, AT&T is a telecom company, and it basically faced a major pre-texting attack. We have already discussed earlier that pre-texting is creating a scenario in which outsider means a threat actor or an intruder posted as a internal IT support staff. Attacker convinced employees to and install malware. He convinced that the system required a maintenance and network upgrade, but he installed malware on that system. Once the malware is installed, it allowed attackers to access sensitive customer data, including call records and account detail. Here, the PII data has been uh, extracted by the threat actors, and GDPR rule of US and Europe is quite tough. They have to pay a big fine. Here you can see that they have paid 25 million fine as they failed to protect the customer data. Moving to the next slide. Okay, this one is an amazing case study. So here you can say there is a proverbs: if it fit in your pocket, but it can sink an empire. By understanding this case study, you can see you can realize that an attack can be this much of impactful. So you can see it is there. A USB drive is left in your parking lot or mailed directly to your doorstep, referring to be sent from a trusted source. You plug it, being curious. Within a second, a device pretend to be a keyboard and types hundred of commands at machine speed. It disable protection, install malware, and whatever the threat, it has been designed by the intruder. It perform all the function. So this type of attack is known as bad USB or rubber ducky or flipper zero exploit. So the case study was related to the Stuxnet worm. I believe you have heard this worm. It was discovered in an Iranian computer. This piece of malware surprised computer expert due to its sophistication and the use of zero-day exploits. I hope basically zero-day exploit. Uh, Before understanding zero-day exploits, you should you have heard about zero-day vulnerability. Zero-day vulnerability is a vulnerability which is in a system or an application which is not detected by uh, the product owner or the application owner, or you can say the researcher. It has not been detected it, but it has been designed here in this case. Those By looking at those vulnerabilities, exploits has been created, and it was later found that the malware was not designed to spy, but rather to sabotage centrifuges in the power facilities in Iran. So it is believed that the USA built Stuxnet with the support of Israel with the goal of stopping or delaying the Iran nuclear program. The worm was probably implanted in a power plant network by using this method, that is your USB drive. This technique enabled the worm to penetrate a network, and that is normally isolated from other network. So you can see the impact of the complete network. The complete nuclear program has been affected with this well-designed threat. You can say, you can say it is an intelligent threat by which power plant has been sabotaged. I have given the link as well. If you want to see the detail, you can. I will share this PPT later on. Okay, now moving to the email security. So as you can see the headline, it suggests one click can cost a million. So assume that if your inbox is the front door, so you definitely one, if someone is coming at your front door, you used to check that whether it's a friend, colleague, relatives, or a criminal, right? So it's the same like in the case of email as well. It's your inbox is the new battlefield. You can see that 90% of cyber attacks start with the email. Um, so you can see that business email compromise has cost company billions globally. So what we have seen just now about the AI deepfake, it also comes under a business email compromise, because the hacker first sent an email to the employee of that organization. Then we have a new threats which is known as quizzing. Also, it is a QR phishing and deepfake enabled scam, which we have seen in earlier. We'll see one of the case study of quizzing. Email carry sensitive information which can be exploited by threat actor. We all know that, and by exploiting those sensitive information, it can inflict huge financial and resource losses. So basically, attacker and criminals use email as a powerful tool to compromise organizational system and networks. These attacks can have different type of impacts based on definitely how it is on which type of email service available on the organization, how they are planning the attack, which sensitive information they want to exploit. So there are many common methods. So some methods are malware distribution, phishing, and spamming. Hope it is clear till now. Don't worry about the count of 28. The last few slides are 5 to 6 slides are of best practices. So I'm not going to go in detail on that. So okay. So next one here you can see that about email security incident. In earlier slide, I basically put most of the attack techniques related to social engineering. You can see here. Okay. Now I put there a space related to email security. But since some of them comes under in both of the security incidents, so I have to keep at both places. So here you can see the from spam to scam, your inbox is a battlefield. The first one is a phishing. We all know that this is a classic one. It's this type of attack we are hearing from decades. A fake link or login page that tricks you to handle over a credentials. Then we have a quizzing. It suggests scan the wrong code, lose the right money. So you have to very careful. So attackers basically now hide phishing inside QR codes. Basically, in year 2023, when I am working in a Barclays, I have seen lot of QR code attacks, and at that time, there was no such mechanism to detect them, because whatever the email filtration or the email analysis tool we have, it does not work on the those QR code. So at that time, we have created one lab, and we used to check that definitely that we usually call it a dirty machine. On dirty machine means where there is a no an environmental our organization connection is there. It's a separate line where we use to analyze the threat. So even if it get executed, it does not harm the organization. So from there we used to check that it is redirecting to which link, and that particular link is performing which task, means it is a malware drop or it is a malicious link. So we used to figure out those things. But now we have a good mechanism to detect these QR code threats. Then we have a business, then we have a malware attachment. So we will see the sample email in where we can understand this in a detail. Actually, it's a attachment, but it is a malicious file which once it downloaded or once it executed, it will be dangerous for the system or the environment. Then we have a deep fake enabled email. We have already discussed the case study, and it suggests voice and faces can lie too. I believe it's true according to the case study, where an employee get a call from a CFO. Then we have mail bombing. So here thousand of emails, one goal overwhelm. Means it is basically a thousand of emails sent to crash inboxes or servers. You have heard about denial of service. So in mail bombing, the purpose is of denial of service. Then we have mail storming, and which suggests reply all chaos that cripples communication. So it basically it is a bot or automation processes that lock down communication channel. Then we have a spam flooding. We also know this as a spamming. It is not a relevant mail, but it comes so frequent that we miss the real threat. Then we have a business email compromise, in which impersonating executive by email. These two mechanism is used, defaked and business email compromise in Arup case study, on which uh, through voice and faces they have extracted millions of rupees. Okay, hope this is clear. Moving to the next one, then we have email crimes. And in the crimes, I believe you have already heard crimes in the last lecture as well. So here we have identity theft and cyber stalking. So in identity theft, basically types of personally identifiable information, which is PII, stolen by the threat actors, which if you this information consists of name, home, and office addresses, social security numbers, credit bank account number, credit card information, driver's license, and passport number. So you can see that it is a crime in which an imposter steals your PIA data. Attacker basically steal identities for the fraudulent purposes, such as to open a new credit card accounts under a victim name without paying bills. There are many things which can be done using that. Open a bank account with the intention of writing bogus check. Then we have a cyber stalking here, in which threat actor harass an individual or group or organization using an email or instant messengers. So basically, cyber stalking is a crime where attacker harass an individual or group or organization. Attackers basically try to threaten and make false accusations, defame. Victims sometimes do not even realize that they have been stalked for a long time until they interact with the attackers. Some real-time examples are sending threatening and offensive emails, messages, creating fake accounts, liking and commenting on every post made by victim on a social media as well. So this is also comes under cyber stalking. If you does not know that person in a social media and you liking and commenting on every post made, threatening to release confidential and personal information, in short, you blackmailing the victim. So these things comes under cyber stalking. Moving ahead. Okay, I believe this case study relate to your environment. So you can see here there is a email come from a HR department and which suggests that this document serves a formal notification regarding prioritize payroll adjustment and benefits update that require immediate attention. We have identified the need to address the certain discrepancies of change in your payroll that may affect your upcoming payments or coverage. So here you can say that it is a two-step phishing campaign targeting faculty and student both. You can see these two paragraph carefully. The first one is when attackers or threat actors send a phishing email to a faculty and staff. So this first email has been sent to the faculty and the staff of the college, or then the email are designed to entice faculty and staff to provide their login credential in order to view a document about raise or bonus. Okay, yeah, it is mentioned a payroll adjustment. So it is about, so here we get curious and we can, and assuming that it is coming from a real legitimate email, we might click on the download and unknowingly we will provide our credential in this case. And the next step, the attackers use the login credential provided by the faculty and staff to hijack their account. So they have hijacked the account of the faculty and the staff, and using those credential, using this impersonation attack, they email phishing form to students. So once they get the credential here, they send an email to the student. These forms are designed to look like a job application and face for a personal and financial information. So basically, they threat actors prepare a form on which they want some detail, personal and financial detail from the students. And since uh, students, as it's not the matter of assume, since it's coming from uh, the credential which has been stolen from the legitimate faculty and staff, so student is going to believe that this email is indeed been sent from the faculty and staff, and without doubt they are going to start filling their confidential information there. So this is one of the real case study. Moving ahead. Okay. So detecting phishing, spam, and mails. So these are the patterns which you will find in the phishing email. I have taken this from a Cofense, which is one of the biggest organization for which works in email analysis. I have worked on. I've used this tool, and it's a very powerful tool for the email filtering. And even it can mitigate or update the user that this email is suspicious. So the first one, it is showing unexpected attachment from unknown user. So then attachment with unusual or unrecognized format. This is the two. Difference in email ID of the sender. So there will be a slight difference in the email ID. It's look like a real, but it will be a not from the one you are expecting. Then you have an email from IDs that have incomplete or incorrect organization. So this is the fourth one. Then having generic greeting such as dear users. So this seems to be very polite. Then the sixth number is email with links that displays a different website or URL when you. So this is the important one. Whenever you get a link, just try to hover that instead of clicking. Just if you hover these things, you will able to see the complete link that where it is redirecting. Even the best practice is that if you don't know the sender, just avoid that. And if you know the name that you can relate that the name is I know that name of the person, take a phone and uh, connect with him or her and try to figure out that whether he has sent an email or not. This is the best way to find out. Then email presenting offers that are too attractive. You know that nothing is free, and here they are providing some offer and which is too attractive. Then the same continued. Now we have another email sample, which is again I have taken from my Cofense. Now here you can see that email trying to erode a sense of urgency, review document. So it is saying that something by looking at first glance you will say that something important had come landed to your inbox. Then email that seems to be from a user bank or financial. So it's showing that it come from bank. Then there is a charity donation. Then obvious misspellings and strange uses of punctuation. 11th immediately. But nowadays through AI, these things can be removed because the hacker is also so smart. They are going to draft this type of email through AI. Then 12th is mail request personal information. Yeah, definitely. They are asking for login to pay and save your details. And the last one in this slide is does not have a complete signature. You can see here. Okay, I want you guys to unmute for 1 or 2 minute, and just let me. Can anyone tell me the what's going on here and here? A single word is also helpful. Anyone?
Sir, please pardon.
I want that anyone can suggest that what's by looking at this screenshot, what they can relate, which kind of attack. So I believe this one has been seen by everyone, right? So what do you think? Which kind of phishing attack is this?
Sir, I think it is phishing.
Yeah, absolutely
Wrong,
correct. So
wrong
it's
QR code.
yeah, that's correct. It's a QR code phishing, where attackers initialize a fake QR scanning printer to trick user into scanning. And this one, anyone? Second one, second screenshot.
This is also phishing.
Yeah, it's a phishing. And what it suggests, what it contains.
It is about to update your software.
Yeah, so it's creating an urgency, and you can see the link here, right, which suggests an update now. So attacker basically crafted this
जिसमें
email
डाउनलोड
to,
थी malware.
yeah, to look like someone from the IT team, and claims like a critical vulnerability has been found in the device management software. So it instruct employees to update their system immediately. So be careful whenever there is a sense of urgency. Uh, we have to be careful in this case. Thank you so much for answering, participating and answering in this two sample email. Few are more. Anyone want to participate? What is this? Okay, I have only 15 minutes left, so I have to rush a bit. So basically, it contains some attachment, and definitely it is a malicious. It might contain a malicious payload, and you can see that they are trying to attract you by saying that we already transferred the money. And again, the next one is the security for input update, and they are asking to click to verify. Then again, we have a sample email which say that payment advice. It consists of some link, and you can see that this link is taking towards to rat. This is basically analysis. It is done by Proofpoint software, and this is done by Trend Micro. Okay, so here you can say that this link is taking to the rat. Rat is a basically a Trojan, remote access Trojan. Here it is taking to XWORM rat. So we have a Trojan of different varieties as well. Then next section we have email security. Here it suggests the strongest firewall is human awareness. Definitely, if we put lot of technologies, we do a good configuration. We have done lot of hardening, but if we are not aware how to use those technologies, it is always risky. So this is the indicator of email attack. So you can see that email server will be not available. You will not able to access the system. It is showing some sign of malware attack. Some link or attachment or some background services is running. Sudden increase in advertising and spam emails. Change to the theme and interface. Okay, so this is a slide for email security and incident handling. So in an organization, the incident is handled by filtering tools. Basically, we have some filtering tools on which we have a you can say URL or domain definition is there, and which is blacklisted. So it filters those URL or domain. Then we have a monitoring tool which suggests that some malicious attachment link message has been entered to your organization. It then after that we have to analyze those email using various tools. In some cases, we can go check the header as well. And this is very important actually. Email independent communication channels such as telephone. So suppose some campaign is going on and your system is not working, or if it is impacted, you must have some another channel to communicate and report incident. Then again, create awareness among employees about various attacks. Train employee, then implement an acceptable employee usage policy. Okay, this is basically there is a practice of sending a fake phishing, we can say phishing simulation. And uh, also we have a practice of training, mandatory training in the system for this as well, about the phishing, various other important policies which has been defined by an organization. So suppose an user in a simulation phishing is clicking those link again and again. So you have to take some action that he is not learning or listening to the policies. Then we have to configure. It's related to infrastructure and admin. Then, as I said, that the process consists of detect, monitoring, detecting, analyzing, containment, eradication, and recovery. So we are in a containment phase. In containment phase, basically, we have analyzed that there is a threat in our system. So it's a good time to remove those threats. So these are the some process: isolate those target system. Then whoever click on those or reported those links, it should take a proper action. Uh, Need to be taken by the user. I mean, if somebody has reported about the detail of the attack, it should be analyzed properly. Then verify the attachment. The attachment can be verified by multiple method through sandbox. If you have a M365 MDE, Microsoft Defender, you can verify the attachment. The best way is to through a sandbox, because it does not impact the environment. Then the same thing they have mentioned there here in a sandbox environment. Block, we have heard about IOCs. It is an indicator of a compromise, whether it is a malicious link or IP address. It should be blocked immediately. If it is an attachment sent through an email contain malicious code, it should be verified in sandbox again. Perform the malware incident handling process. Yeah, there is a process of malware incident handling. It's like it's every system need to be scanned, impacted system need to be scanned, and it should be monitored for few days or a week. Then the last one is to change the password. Okay, these are the some tools used for analyzing phishing email. uh, these five are the powerful one, and it's a basically it's a paid version, and these are you can find over open source as well, and they also have a paid version, but you can find over open source as well, and you can able to detect the email link domain here. I have worked on all these five tool. So each tool has a specific logic and feature, and they are very helpful uh, in a organization to detect the threats associated with the email. And these are the some method. Train employees, this is the important one. Until unless you will train your employees, um, whatever the protection you will use in your environment, it is going to be bypass. Then there should be a reporting mechanism that if any one of us have seen that this is a suspicious email, it should be reported to that IT department, or basically in IT team, IT infrastructure, it is a SOC team. Then we have a detect, triage, quarantine. Once it is detected, should be quarantine. Then reveal and simulation. Train on the latest threat, as we are talking about AI and all those things, next generation threat. So this is the best practice. I'm not good fan of reading each line, so I will give you this slide, uh, and you can go through that about the email security checklist. So basically, email security best practices isn't just a protection; it's an empowerment. Basically, if you are not aware, if you are not known to the technology, it is not possible for us to understand. And it is very it should be clear that any kind of cyber security or attack, it's everyone responsibility. It's not like admin is only responsible, because even admin has done his work. He has hardened the configuration, he has put firewall, he is placed the best email security in your environment, but one click can cost you a million. These are the some checklist. You can go through that. It's a very basic one that HTTPS will be there. Be diligent while open email attachment. I can share these basic things. You can go through that. The one of suggests use the BCC option while sending mail to bulk receipt. So basically, it is a process of a secure email communication. Then again, the email security against spam, and these are the some methods written there. Then we have guidelines against phishing emails. You should follow these guidelines and to protect your environment, which I have already explained. You can see I have already said about how hover over links. There should be HTTPS protected website. Check the domain name URL. Educate individual by conducting phishing, and this one is important. So we have a multi-factor authentication also. It's basically if you have some critical work or process, there should be a MFA, because if it is not multi-factor, then you might be spoofed through a fake website, and you will able to lose your credential there, and threat actors will take over the particular application. All right, I want to thank you all. If you have any question, you are feel free to ask.
Yes, participants, any question from your side?
Thank you so much, sir. Very well explained lecture, sir.
Thank you so much, Amrita.
Yes, participant, any question?
Sir, good evening, sir. May I, sir?
Good evening. Yeah, good evening, Virendra. Virendra.
Yeah, sir. Actually, first of all, thank you. It was very insightful session.
Thank you so much.
And the actually, my question is related to that wrong QR code. If how we can come to know that the code is not right, or it can steal our information. So, any tool or any the app is there.
As I mentioned, those tools, no, Cofense, FireEye, you can check over there, and apart from that, instead of going directly through the QR, you can use for the sandboxing technique. You must check that that particular QR is taking to which link, and once you get that link, you can check over the virus total or IPDB. You can cross check those things. But in the IT environment, basically we used to uh, analyze through sandboxes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So one more related to the same. Can
Mhm.
antivirus prevent us from just scanning the wrong QR code if we have installed antivirus in our mobile phone or
No, I
no?
if I don't think it will be a complete prevention. The reason is very simple, is because antivirus works on a definition. They have a kind of definition, and on that definition they are going to filter that. But every attack has a new kind of threats, new kind of design, which hampers the environment.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, any other question from this audience side? Okay. Audience, there is no questions related with the second session. Okay, sir. Respected Alok, sir. On the behalf of MA Senior College, I extend my sincere vote of thanks to you for the delivering a session on email security and social engineering. Sir, your session is provided clear understanding of modern email-based threats, phishing techniques, and social engineering attacks, along with the practical approach to the threat detection. prevention, and response. The real world examples, tool based insight, and best practices you shared have greatly enhanced our awareness of cybersecurity risk in academic as well as a professional environment. We are grateful for the clarity of your explanation and valuable knowledge you have imparted, which will be undoubtedly helpful all the participants strengthen their cybersecurity. Thank you once again all, to Alok sir and all participants who joined the session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I hope I get some more time because I have to rush in the last. I have I should explain a lot on the you can say analyzing part, which is our day-to-day work. So I can understand it. It is not possible to cover in an hour or 1.5 hour, but uh, I have tried to do that.
Yes, sir. It's a great session for us and it is a knowledgeable session. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
very much.
much. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Thank you,
Alok
sir.
sir.
Thank you.